All right, hi coach. Sorry, let me just send up my thing here. Okay. So tough game today. Turnovers were a problem in the first quarter, but you cleaned that up a little as the game went on. What was your strategy with regards to taking care of the ball and as they're such a tough defensive team and just going up against that defense?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things I just kind of pointed out in the locker room. Our 2 point guards that played in this game each only had 1 turnover. So I think I thought we handled their pressure, and I thought we had some unforced turnovers, like silly things, like just throwing bullets into the post that are kind of uncatchable passes, or throwing outlets that like are too wide left or right, and so it's things we've got to clean up. And I think that you know one of the one thing that they get to see here in Louisville when we play here, it's such a good basketball environment for the home team, right? It's very loud. It's very they have their band, they have their cheerleaders, everybody's making noise. It's so loud, and I think that that may have caused even some turnovers. And that's not to make any excuses. We've got to take much better care of the ball, but it's a loud, exciting environment, and I think that we looked a little bit shaken by it here and there.
Yeah, for sure. And also the thing I noticed, the 3-point shooting this game was a lot better than games past. And personally, I didn't think the score told the whole story. Just in for the fourth quarter for them, their bench just went off. They had 32 points
Right.
game. And could you talk a little about their bench? Like what's so difficult
Yeah,
about
I think, you
yeah.
know, uh, Jeff Walls has put together such a deep team, right? So he's got kids coming off his bench that would start for most ACC teams. So when he does his rotations, it's just good player after good player. Now, I think we have that same thing on our bench, but we're young when we go into our bench. And so I think that, they got us a little bit in transition, and they killed us on the boards, right? I mean, just we had to be a lot tougher on the boards, and I think that that's something that will grow from this game and keep, because normally I think we're pretty mean on the boards and pretty tough, but they're really tough on the boards. Like they go and they squeeze and they barrel you over, and they do some things that I think our team can kind of take a page out of their book and learn from on the boards.
Yeah, I agree. As you were talking
And we
about,
just can't foul them. Like our undisciplined, we fouled way too much in that game, right? So I think that, I thought we took a couple charges that they called fouls, of course, which, I'll have to go back and watch. I could be wrong, but I also thought that we just came down, like, we talked a lot about, please, like, make them earn their points, right? Don't just foul them. And hell, they shot 27 free throws, and we fouled them quite a bit. It wasn't, we got to get more disciplined on that end of the floor. I like that we're so aggressive and we're competitive, but then we've got to get a little bit more discipline on that end.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, as I said, very physical game today. What would you say is the main takeaway you can take out of this game and use going forward to
Well,
improve
on
it?
a positive, what I told him is if we would have played that hard in our last game, we would have won it, right? So the positive takeaway from this game is that they played hard instead of for like a part of the game. I thought they played really hard for 35 of the 40 minutes. What's crazy is the 5 minutes that we kind of let our guard down a little bit, that translated probably into 20 points for this team, right? Because they're good. So it's about putting that 40 minutes of effort together. But now our negative takeaway is we've got to make better shot selections, right? So we got to
Yeah,
take a little bit better shots, and then we just got to continue to be grittier and tougher on the boards end of things.
awesome. Yeah, that's all I had. Thank you.
Coach, kind of building off of that, when you have a young team and a young bench, and you're going through the learning experiences, how do you kind of reinforce on your end, bridging that gap for them now that they've seen it, and now they have to learn it as well?
A lot of times we do that with film, so we watch a lot of film together, and then one-on-one film sessions to try to show the younger players. And mean, I love this team that I'm coaching. They have a lot of they have aspirations to be good. They want to be good. They're still young in what they're doing. And when they watch film, they're all great to watch film with because they pay attention, they're into it. They're like, oh gosh, I see it now. But it's still a learning process. And we play some really, really good teams, and we want to be one of those really good teams. We just gotta keep kind of buying in and believing in ourselves. And we can't make as many mistakes as we made today. We can't foul as much as we've been fouling. Like, to your point, we can't turn over the ball. We've got to make our possessions count. And then we've got to start making, we've got to make sure we're capitalizing on layups and free throws. At the end of the day, those are things like I don't know that we're always controlling our controllables. And that's indicative of a veteran team always controls the controllables, right? That's what they grow into. We've got to get there a little bit faster.
And then just individually, Nene Njai had 10 points off the bench with 5 rebounds. Just her growth this year. I know we've used that term a lot, obviously, tonight, but individually, just, how did she kind of step in tonight and fill a bit of that role?
Yeah, she was, and that's exactly what I told him in the locker room. I thought everybody that came off the bench today did a great job, and she was probably the main highlight in there, right? Because she looked tough, she looked mean, she always mixes it up on the boards. And I thought today defensively she took that next step in being a better defender. A lot of times freshmen don't get to play a lot, or when they go in, the regular fan doesn't really see like, oh, what did they do wrong? It's generally on the missed assignments on the defensive end. And I thought today she really took a big step forward in not making as many mistakes on the defensive end, which got her the ability to stay in there longer. I thought JT had all of her people here in Louisville in the crowd, and I thought she did a nice job running the one with her minutes. To be honest, I thought Lily did good, but I think Lily is definitely going to take away. She got to continue to get stronger because they were pushing her around a little bit. But I thought all the younger players got in, and our entire bench, Kayla Zama got in and did some good things. Like, I have a team right now that I feel confident to play anybody on our bench and feel good about it. But I still think everybody can take that one more step up when it comes to just execution and getting after it.